So in today's video, I'll be talking about my top 5 ways to make your Instagram Reels go viral. And these 5 ways that I'm talking about in this video are based off of my personal experience from my Instagram Reels. And by no means have my Instagram Reels gone extremely viral, but I have had a couple that have gotten hundreds of thousands of views on Instagram. And I also had a couple that have gotten millions of views on TikTok. So I want to talk about a couple of things that I've implemented into my quick little Instagram Reels and TikToks that are mainly daily vlogs and kind of motivational Instagram Reels, TikTok style. That have done very well and have gone kind of viral, not super viral, but have gotten millions of views on some of the platforms. So without further ado, let's jump into my computer here. I'm gonna be talking about what these 5 main things are that I incorporate into my Instagram Reels and TikToks that have made them go viral. So looking at method number 1 here, this is probably my bread and butter personally. This is something that I use for every single Instagram Reel, TikTok that I make. Well, let's just call them Instagram Reels, so don't say TikToks like 20,000 times in this video. But this is kind of my bread and butter. This is the thing that I utilize and make sure I implement into every single one of my Instagram Reels so that they capture the audience's attention, and a couple other things which I'll talk about in just a second. So first things first, quick clean cuts paired with a nice clear beat. So a nice song, a nice hi-hat, clap, beat. That's kind of what I look for in my songs. Usually I just find my songs while I'm in the gym. I'll be listening to music and I'll hear a song, I'll hear a beat that I like, and I just kind of think, okay, that sounds pretty good, and I'll add it to my notes. I have this list of songs that I want to use for my Instagram Reels for the future. So quick, clean cuts kind of come into play when you have that nice beat with a few nice kicks in the beginning. I'll be showing you a couple of examples in a second that you can pair with that you're editing to make that thing have quick cuts in the beginning and capture the audience's attention. So using quick cuts at the start of a reel captures the viewer's attention. This is undoubtedly the most important thing when it comes to Instagram Reels or TikToks. If you don't capture the person's attention, they're going to scroll right by. So when you do this, you keep them wanting more and watching the entire thing, which is very good for the Instagram algorithm, the TikTok algorithm. Viewer retention is very, very important. If you can keep someone to the end of your reel, your TikTok, you're doing a very good job, and Instagram will like that and they'll promote that to more people. Also, combine this with popular songs / a remix of a popular song makes the viewer connect / relate and enjoy your content that much more. And sometimes you don't have to use a popular song. Sometimes I'll take a risk and I'll use a song that someone that people probably don't know, but I think that they'll like. But to take a safer, more just safer bet on your music choice, pick a song that most people are going to know that also has that good beat that allows you to do those quick cuts. So recently I used Nonstop by Drake, which is a very catchy song. Lots of people know it, has a great beat that I can make a lot of cuts to. So that's just an example of a song that I've chosen in the past. Also, a hint is utilize instrumentals and slowed versions of songs. These are super trendy. People love to hear slowed versions. Look up the slowed version of your song on YouTube. There will be a slowed version on YouTube. There's millions of those things on there, and people just love to listen to those. And if you incorporate that into your Instagram Reel, it has a lot more potential to do well. So here's an example of one of my reels where I utilize quick cuts in the beginning. I'll play it here for a couple seconds. I don't want to get it demonetized. Astronaut, kicking flavor, Saint Laurent. So I'm gonna pause it because I don't want to get demonetized if I ever want to monetize this video in the future. But that's one of those feature songs. It's called Ain't No Time or something like that. And it has very quick, distinct cuts at the beginning, or distinct beat kicks at the beginning that I can use to cut my video to. So I like that one. I also use this. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I'll play the song. I'll put the audio over the video so you can actually hear it. Okay, so that video right there has a very distinct beat that I made the cuts to, and they're very quick cuts. Keep your attention and you watch the entire thing. So method number 2 is providing value. And this is something that's very, very important in any industry, and it does not go unrecognized when it comes to Instagram Reels and TikToks. So having a video randomly blow up and get millions of views is okay. So maybe you're riding a trend, that's fine. But if it doesn't provide people with a reason to follow you, so like maybe you're just doing some TikTok dance, some trend, that doesn't really serve a purpose for your style of content, and people don't really care about you, they just care about the video. They can't really connect with you, probably not going to follow you. Is there really a purpose in doing that? And that's why it's not really the best thing to do is just ride trends. I've seen on Instagram, people will put on there like, I bet you $5 million you can't use this sound. And that gets tons of people reusing the sound and people liking the video, but does it get you a lot of followers? Not most of the time. Might get you millions of views, that's cool. but there's no real purpose behind it. So you're better off sticking to your own natural and creative content that separates you from the rest, okay? And I know it's very cliche, but be yourself with your reels and people will appreciate that and follow you because you're different. In terms of providing the value to people, it could be things like having motivational videos, videos that provide knowledge, entertainment style videos, comedy, whatever suits your fancy, whatever your niche is. And the next thing is pick a niche or a style to stick to so it's consistent with people who are following you. So every time you post a video, they know what to expect, but they also get a new dose of that value that you're providing in each and every one of those videos. So for me, I make daily vlogs, I make motivational style or Instagram reels. Those are the videos that I make and I stick to that on my profile so it's consistent. So people who follow me, they follow me because they want that content. So I'm gonna provide that content. It's in my niche and I'll continue to make it. Method number 3 is having aesthetic shots or aesthetic clips, whatever you want to call it, incorporated into your Instagram reels. And this obviously depends on your style, but with Instagram, this is very important for most accounts. Aesthetic basically means something that is pleasing and enjoyable to watch / look at. And I'll have a couple of examples in a second here further explaining what I mean by this. So ways to do this can be the common ones like lowering your exposure. You see this all the time on Instagram. It looks cool. It looks very nice. People like that look. Cleaning up the background of your shots. Obviously, that's very obvious and it's something that you definitely should do, but some people don't do it. It only takes a few extra seconds to clean up the background, all the mess that's on your desk, whatever it may be, and get a nice aesthetically pleasing shot rather than something that has a bunch of mess in it. Also, I said use leading lines. If you don't know those are, they're just leading lines to the subject of your shot. I'm not going to like a video course right now, but that's something else to incorporate if you want to. So for example, would you rather stay and watch a video starting with a crooked, uneven shot of someone sitting at a messy desk? Or would you rather watch a perfectly framed shot of someone who's cleaned themselves up, working at a meticulously clean desk? I'm pretty sure you probably want to go with option number 2 there. You don't want to, like, for example, I mentioned viewer retention. If you start out your video with a very messy desk, the shot's crooked, you're setting the stage for failure there for someone to stay around and watch the entire video. It's not going to happen. If you set the stage nicely, have a clean desk, quick clean shots, you're cleaned up yourself, someone's probably going to stay around and watch that compared to someone who put absolutely no effort into the first shot. So here are some examples. I literally did this before I filmed this video just to show you what I mean. So the first one on the left here is obviously a crooked shot, and you can see it's obviously over dramatized, but I have my cabinet open, a big mess inside the cabinet. I have some things on top of it. My garbage is open. There's stuff underneath the cabinet. It's just a total mess. And I can fast forward through this. It's just me grabbing a coffee cup. So if I was making this daily vlog or whatever it may be, grabbing the cup, that's cool. But compare that, let's go back. Compare that to option number 2 here, which I have the frame shot nicely. The subject where the coffee cup is, me, it's all centered. It's straight, it's not crooked. I've also lowered the exposure. It looks cool, it looks better. You can see the difference right away. And if you were watching a video, which one would you stick around and watch? Probably the one on the right. Another example here is a shot of my desk. You can see they're both actually nice shots, but the only thing I've changed here is the exposure. So the first shot is not adjusted for the exposure, it's bright. And the second one, I've dropped the exposure a little bit to make it a little bit darker and look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So you can see in the first one, it's a nice movement shot. I'll talk about movement in a sec, but you can see it's kind of bright. Now, if we move into the other one here, it's the exposure is lowered and you can see it's panning nicely, but it just looks better because it's darker. And that's just my opinion, obviously. You can like shots that are brighter, but in my opinion, my style, my page, if you look at it, it's Dane Macbeth on Instagram. Most of my stuff is dark, so that's kind of my style. So I stick to that style and maintain consistency. Method number 4 here is continuity. And if you don't know what that is, continuity is basically the unbroken and consistent existence or operation of something over a period of time. And this especially applies to if you're making daily vlogs. If you're gonna make a daily vlog, it should be linear. Okay, and I'm gonna talk about this in a second, but it should be linear with the events that take place in your day. It shouldn't just have random things at the beginning, random things at the start. You shouldn't be waking up at the end of the daily vlog, for example, if that makes sense. In other words, especially these daily vlogs, make sure the storyline is linear, like I just mentioned. Don't just include clips to include clips. Make sure the clips that you're putting in serve a purpose and have a meaning where they are in the video and why they're actually in the video in general in the first place. For example, for my daily vlogs, they always progress from me waking up, going to the gym, working, and then ending off with my afternoon activity, whatever it may be, to kind of spice it up and make it interesting. And I realize my daily vlogs are pretty repetitive. I do the same thing, but that's my routine. That's what I do every single day. So that's what I'm putting into my daily vlogs. I'm not gonna act it out and be like fake with my daily vlogs. That's what I do in my daily vlogs. And here's a tip. It's easier to do this if you film every single thing in the same day or two, right? So if you're gonna film a vlog, you probably wanna film everything in the same day, same setting, rather than having let's say clips from the beginning being from Monday and then clips from the end being from Friday. In order to maintain continuity, you want to have the same outfits throughout the day. You want to have the same lighting outside for that part of the day. You want to have the same food that you're eating in the different shots. Okay, so you want to maintain that consistency throughout the video, and for every single vlog that you make, you want to make sure that there's a consistent theme of continuity and continuousness, if that's a word. Method number 5 here, last one on the list, is incorporating movement into your shots. All right, and this is kind of the cherry on top when it comes to after you incorporate all the other 4 methods I've talked about in this video. So final thing here is including movement in your shots. This can be things like the subject moving. So if you're filming a person, the person can be doing something, performing an action, moving forward or backwards, whatever it may be. The clip physically moving. Okay, so like panning your shots, like I showed you that shot of the desk, I was moving in instead of just staying static, or adding in digital movement in post editing. So what I mean by this is like adding in zooms, adding in zoom outs, adding in digital pans, whatever it may be. And sometimes a static clip, which is just a flat clip, not moving at all, is okay, and it suits the theme of your reel. Don't get me wrong. But for reels in general, from my experience, they are fast-paced and to the point. You need to keep the person's attention, and the best way and the easiest way to do that is to add movement and add in the other methods I've talked about in this video. And the best way, like I just said, to keep people intrigued is to add some movement on top of everything else that I've talked about. And finally, here's a hint, crouching low and swaying with your hips. I'm not gonna do it on the shot here, but I'm sure you can imagine it. If you crouch and then sway with your hips, but don't move your feet, stay in the same spot, but move the shot while you're filming. It keeps things smooth and it keeps the shot moving. All right. So not only having a shot moving, but keeping it smooth is very crucial. If the shot's all rigidy and there's a bunch of movement in it, it's not very smooth at all. It's not going to look very professional and people are probably going to move on. If it's smooth, it's going to stand out from other people's videos. So here's an example of me moving from behind a pillar and just filming my desk. It's just an example. You can see the shot's moving. I do it a couple times here. I'll show you. Try to keep it stable, right? So that's just an example. Here are 2 examples of a shot where I'm moving and a shot where I'm not moving, just to show you what the difference is. And I've also dropped the exposure in the first one too. So you can see I'm moving in, filming the book on my desk. And I'm keeping it relatively smooth. It's not super smooth, but I'm keeping it relatively smooth. The iPhone helps a lot with that, compared to this one where I'm just literally standing there. It looks like a picture. Okay, you're filming a video, there should be some movement in my opinion. So those are my top 5 ways to go viral with your Instagram Reels, what I've incorporated into my Instagram Reels, my TikToks that have helped them do very well and put up very good numbers. I've gotten hundreds of thousands of views, 300,000 views on Instagram. I think I have a video with almost 500,000 views on Instagram, and I have a couple with 1 million views plus on TikTok. And those are the things that I incorporated into those videos in order for them to get those amounts of views and get the amount of followers that I have now. If you're interested in joining my creator community, it's 100% free. It's a link in the description. It's the first link in the description down below. It's a link to my free Discord where we have a free chat where you can chat, talk creator stuff. There's a bunch of creators in there. You can post your desk setups. You can post your editing setups, post your reels for critiques. I'm in there. I'm answering questions all the time. So if that's something that interests you, join my free Discord. It's in the description down below. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you subscribe, drop a like on the video, and hit the notification bell so you know when I post new videos. I'm gonna try to post new videos about just creating photography, videography, just stuff that I like, about once or twice per month. So if that interests you, again, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.